Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. For some reason, it has recently become a trend to play this version again. Many Minecraft players who got bored with the modern version decided to go back in time and experience the game as it once was, either again for nostalgia or for the very first time. So I decided to try it myself. The only things I know are that I cannot sprint and that the F3 screen shows mob's ID, so it should be fun. Let's get into it. Creating a new world, naming it random letters, and enter it. My first thing always is to get wood. Can't shift click items. Great. Got my pickaxe and sword and decided to get some cobble. Found code right away. My first thought was this could be my home. But when I saw my spawn, it looked too good to be hiding in a hole. Found some sheep and pigs. Took more wood and found perfect spot for my base. Yes, I said I wouldn't be hiding in a hole, but the cave looked cool enough. Made my first chest. Cooked some pork chop and made my doorway. I still had a big hole to fill, so I chopped more wood. And the night had begun, so I went to sleep. Decided to get more materials, so I continued collecting wood. And I found more coal. Tried getting a dog, but it didn't work. Found very cool generated beach and bugged sand. I was hearing zombies and I used the F3 to see their IDs. And I thought it was a spawner, but no. It was just a small cave. Collected some seeds so I could make a farm. Made it and foreshadowing it wasn't very smart idea to make it here and protect it. Patched my cave with some wood to make it more like a house. I've needed some sand for the windows so I collected from the beach nearby. The sun went down so I went to sleep. The next day I thought I saw a player in my single player world, but it was just a creeper lurking behind the trees. I almost got a heart attack. Then I smelt my sand and go back to making my roof. Made a secret entrance. Why would you ask? And to that question I cannot answer. And finally, everything was closed. Made my third entrance. My base became a corridor at this point. Tried to make it look nice, just with one type of block. Somehow it worked. The night has arrived again. I lit up around my base, finished my third entrance. And decided to sleep. The next day, I saw mobs had smashed my farm, but I was too lazy to move it. Decided to put my unnecessary items and started mining. And right away I found coal. Found more coal, iron, and more coal. Finally I got to level 12 and started to strip mining. I'm not even sure if it's the best to mine in that level, even right now, writing the script. Eventually I found a cave and fought some skeletons. and mines or more. So I will skip this part because I think it's boring and unfortunately I didn't find diamonds. Only iron and coal. I've put the iron in the furnace. And going out of the house, Creeper almost got me. Luckily, I had a good reaction, so I killed him. Sadly, my farm had turned to shit because of the mobs, so I finally decided to make farm. Made a bucket and bucked the water. I forgot that I'm playing better and water here is trash. Made a little stream of water and I found out that making a fence is expensive. 6 sticks for only 2 fences. It was little rough. Finally, I finished my farm and didn't even try to look up if the beta had fence gate, so I made a door instead. And with that, my farm was done, safe from every mob. The next thing I was looking forward was to build some kind of a castle. In every beta world, it has to have a castle, so I'm not going without it. My plan was to make a wall first, because I'm on a hill and it can defend me from hostile mobs, and it would look cool when you see it from the outside. Sadly, my cobble wasn't even enough to finish the small wall, so I needed to get back to mining. So I mined again. I'm skipping this part because it's boring. Found some iron and gold and got almost 2 stacks of coal, but mostly what I was after was cobble. When I got out, I was straight into finishing the wall and cleaning up the terrain. Made a path so I can walk easily on the wall, and tried making a nice doorway so I get out without taking fall damage. Lit up the place and go back to bed. I finished the first part of the wall, so my next thing is to build town hall. But first, my entrance to the base was ugly, so I tried making it look beautiful. The next thing I wanted to make was a big hole, so you can go to bedrock with ease. And I needed materials to finish my terrain, so I started digging. Got almost 5 stacks of dirt with my new shovel. That was enough for now. Fill up my terrain for the town hall, so the next thing was to get wood, so I chopped some. Get enough, and with no plan of how should it look like, I started building. I wanted to use every block I had, so I used oak, birch, and wooden planks. The roof was something else though. The stairs and the swap were very different from the modern Minecraft, so I had to be creative. The first layer was stairs, and the second was swaps. The third was again stairs, and the last layer was a glass. I wanted to look up the sky when you're in the hall. And funny enough, it started to look like a proper roof. I didn't want to make big windows though, so I used gravel to fill up the walls. Sure, it's funny using gravel to fill up walls, but what can you do when you don't have that many blocks to work with? And with that, the outside was done. Went to mine some cobble, because I wanted to make the floor from stone. And I melted some sand. Got out and finished the floor. Made some double chests. Got only 2 furnaces, because I didn't have enough cobble. And I decided to put bed right on the middle. Not very town looking hole though, but for now it's enough. Finally, I finished the entrance to my base with some glass. Very funny looking, but that's better for you. And with that, this is my first experience with beta. It was nice going back to play such an old version of the game. It was year after this version came when I started playing, so it was really fun looking how the game changed. I really now understand why so many players go back and play this version. Yes, it has some annoying features like you cannot drag items into the crafting table, but if you could try not to look into it that much, you can have a very nice time playing this version. Overall, I can see myself coming back to play it again. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can click the like button. And if you want to see similar videos, you can subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.